Hi, welcome to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan and welcome to this final video in the Beginner Golf Week series. So this is a great video for any of you out there who are maybe newer to the game or really, starting off your golfing journey, and you're just looking to really start to reduce those scores. So newer golfers, you may be looking to, maybe break 100 for the first time, and we're going to look at some shorter shots around the green and maybe look at some decision making and give you some options that maybe you haven't thought about. Bearing in mind the goal here is to score the lowest we can for a round of golf. The shot that I'm faced with, it's a tough one. I've got probably 50 yards, maybe 60 yards back to that flag. The lie's pretty good. I'm in the fairway, but you can see I have a water hazard in front of me. Now for a newer golfer, these shots are really, really tough because straight away they recognise that only a perfectly struck shot will make it onto that green. If I strike it imperfectly, I'm probably going to end up in the water. I then have to drop. I then have to hit the same shot over the water. This is where we can start to rack up those really high numbers. So it's not uncommon to see golfers manage to get somewhere near the green in maybe 3 shots, 4 shots, but finish up with an 8, maybe a 9 because I've taken far too many from here. I've got my 54-degree wedge, and in the interest of taking as low a score as you can, we're going to get you to put that wedge away. I'm going to take out, which is I can find it. I'm going to take out my 7-iron. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to the right of the water. I'm going to play a low shot around on the ground to the right of the water, and I'm just going to try and make sure that my next shot is with my putter. That is my only goal. I'm not going to worry about trying to go over the water. I'm not going to try and worry about getting as close to the flag as I can. I'm going to concern myself with making sure my next shot is with my putter. My job from here as a beginner golfer is to get the ball on the green as quick as I can. Do not worry about how close you are to the flag, just get it onto the green. So as soon as I change my shot choice and I go out this way, suddenly it becomes a lot easier. Because I've used my 7-iron, the swing I'm going to make is going to be much shorter. If I top the ball, it's probably going to roll on the ground. It's going to be a very, very similar result, but I don't run the risk of going in that water. Yes, there's still a chance I could go, and I could flip the club over, I could miss-strike off the heel. I can still go in that water, but I'm greatly reducing the chances of that happening. So I'm going to take my setup. I'm going to have a very, very narrow stance. I'm going to have the ball pretty much in the middle of my stance, and I'm going to have the golf club leaning very, very fractionally towards the target, so not a lot of lean forwards. And I'm going to make some practice swings where I just feel like I brush the ground with my golf club. And I want that contact to be pretty much where the ball is. So when I hit this shot in a moment, goal is from my starting position, is to make a short swing and strike the ground where the ball is. I'm expecting this to go very, very low and just run up onto that green. And you can see that's rolled onto the green, way to the right of the flag, but I'm on there, I'm putting, I've given myself, a chance of hopefully 2-putting and moving off this hole with a score which is respectable, that's going to keep my score going. So if you're looking to develop as a golfer, we need to learn this shot, absolutely. But if we're looking to score as low as we can, let's look at an easier option. Let's go out to the right, let's use something like a 7-iron, let's get the ball on the ground, rolling, get it onto the putting surface, use your putter as quickly as you can. And as you develop as a golfer and get more confident, then you can start maybe going for this shot and getting it much closer to the flag. But choices. Definitely will always have multiple choices around the golf course. You don't always have to go for the flag. Have a look what might be an easier option. It's not the most glamorous shot. If you're playing with an experienced golfer, they may well go for that one. You go for that one. I guarantee you'll score lower, and that will give you more confidence. And as you get more confidence, you can start being a little bit more aggressive as you progress. So let's move on to another shot. So I found myself short of this 16th green. I reckon I've probably got almost 25 feet of this fringe before I get up onto the green. And again, you can see I've got a fair distance to go until I get to the flag. So a relatively long shot, probably still some 30, 35 yards. And you may well have had some chipping lessons. You may well have looked on YouTube and gone through some chipping techniques. And you may well have been told, that a 7-iron is a better option than one of your wedges because it's going to get on the ground much quicker. Similar to the shot we've just said there, a 7-iron might be a lot more usable than a high lofted club. However, I want you to go with a different club. I want you to, where you can, and as soon as you can on the hole, use your putter. Again, it's not going to be the most glamorous shot. You're going to see the people you're playing with, if they're more experienced, maybe using wedges, 8-irons, 9-irons, Your goal at the moment on the course is to get the score as low as you can. Definitely use your putter as soon as you can. Now, the shot we've just played from back there was a little bit long. That was maybe 60 yards. That's a little bit more difficult. But when we get around the green and we start to end up on these fringes and these aprons, use the putter. I guarantee your results will be much, much better. The big difference here would be when we putt, we are not looking for the golf club to make contact with the ground. That's very, very different. For all of the other shots we play, we want the golf club to make contact with the ground. Even if I'm chipping with a 7-iron, I want the club to make contact with the ground. When we have to make contact with the ground, we run the risk of hitting the ground early, the ball doesn't go very far, or even we kind of miss the ground and we get a completely different result to what we intended. With the putter, we are not intending to hit the ground, therefore we often find our results are much, much better. There is a very common saying in golf that a bad putt is often going to be closer than a bad chip. So, use your putter. Now, what we're going to get you to do, it's a long putt. We have to have a nice flow, a nice rhythm to this stroke. Therefore, I want you to feel like as you make your practice strokes, your wrists, whilst you're not actively using them, you feel that there's a little bit of play in them. You feel like as you're making your backswing and changing direction, there's a little bit of movement in those wrists. That's going to help you with some rhythm. It's going to help you generate some speed. You may also start to see a little bit of change in knee position as I'm starting to get a nice rhythm. Make some practice swings. As you're doing that, take a look at the flag, start to build those feels in, get yourself set up, feel a nice flow, a nice rhythm, and hit your putt. Now, I wouldn't be overly unhappy with that. It's just got over the ridge. I reckon that's left me maybe some 6 feet. So it could have been a bit better, but again, it's not bad. I've got myself there. I'm probably not going to take any more than 2 from there. It's taking me 3 from here. That's really not too bad. Again, if we chip, we can often leave the ball still short. We have the same shot again. Again, we start to rack up those high numbers. So choosing your putter where you can at the earliest opportunity would be my advice. As soon as you can get your putter out the bag and use it, use it. You may well see your playing partners and realise this isn't what they do, but again, you're trying to get your scores as low as you can. You can practice your chipping in your spare time, and then when you get more confident, you can use that on the golf course. So, a couple little short game tips that are going to help you lower the scores. Hopefully you've watched the other 2 videos as well. The first one was looking about how to make better contact with your irons and how you should use those golf clubs. The second video was looking about 3 common misconceptions, and this one all about the short game. Hopefully 3 videos that are going to help you lower your scores and improve your development. Thank you for watching. All the usual stuff is down below, so if you did like this video series, click the subscribe link. You'll get notification each time I upload a video, and hopefully we can get you playing some better golf very soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.